Alright guys, so I'm sitting in my car here, just want to make a quick video. As you can see, I got about almost 7,000 miles on the vehicle. I bought this vehicle back in December of last year at the very, middle of the month. So we're pretty average for a daily driver at this point, now that we're mid-June. Right around maybe 1,000 miles per month. Most of the time my wife is driving this car. She basically, traveling with the kids around, but every once in a while I'll drive the car. That is one of the main reasons why I went for the 40i, but even if I was myself driving most of the time, I think I probably would have sticked with that, just because the fuel efficiency is just better with the smaller engine. The M engine, yeah, definitely has a lot more power and definitely would be a lot more fun for that reason, but at the same time, it's like how often can you use that kind of power, and especially as a family hauler, how often do you even need that kind of power just to get around. With the B58 engine in this vehicle, you definitely have more than enough, and if you put it in sport mode, I definitely feel like it's definitely fast enough for what you need, especially coming from a Lexus RX. It definitely is. I wouldn't even think it's a comparison, so to me it was already a big step up to begin with. I wish I did have the driving dynamics package that does come with the M package, just because it would just make it handle a little bit better. For the most part, it actually handles really well for the size of the vehicle. But if you are taking a corner a little fast, or you're coming up on something, it is a big heavy vehicle, so you'll definitely feel it kind of sway and the wind push it a little bit. So I think the dynamic stability package would help for that, and that I pretty sure it comes standard with the M, or I am positive it comes standard with the M, but I'm pretty sure you can also get that, if you individualize your 40i. So that would be the one thing I would say. If you were gonna, be able to individualize it, then just pick that out as well. For me, I ended up getting a premium package just because it came with the rear sunshade here, and that definitely is very necessary. Oops, I put them down, let me put them back up. So that's something that I found a big help in Florida, definitely with the sun. I did actually tint the windows as soon as I got the vehicle, so I do have the ceramic tint as well, but the sunshade is really great. As you can see here, this is where my infant stays, with her reverse car seat, and you can see here there's a good amount of space right there for baggage and things like that. In the front area, this car seat, or this seat rather, is pushed up a little bit forward, but you can see the space there, so that's a little bit limited, but not too bad. If he moves things around, we can definitely fit plenty of people in the car. My wife is a little on the slimmer side and smaller side, so she definitely fits right into here pretty easily, but if you're larger, it would definitely be a little tricky, especially with the two car seats. This is my son's car seat. He's 3 years old, so he has a forward-facing one, and as you can see there, definitely plenty comfortable for there. So just the middle seat is where it's a little limited, so it just depends. Mom gonna sit in the front here, or does she sit in the back with the baby? So with my family, she's in the back right now, and thankfully she's on the smaller side, so she doesn't really have much of a problem. In the back, we have the third row basically down, but that is, I would say, definitely one of the limitations of the vehicle, just how big it is in the back there. They don't have flat tire replacement. What is that called? A spare tire, and so because of that, you do actually have some space underneath that area to kind of put in some luggage. But if you do have the third row up, you definitely have pretty limited cargo space for what you're might be wanting to do if you have a lot of people in the car and have a lot of luggage. So at that point, you might want to get something for on top of the car, because the car did come with roof rails, and you can get some like overhead luggage for that, something like that. I don't have anything like that just yet. We haven't gone any trips that needed that. So far we've gone to Orlando, and I've had my in-laws in the car, so it's been a total of 6 of us, and then we'd have the third seat up, and I would move my son to the third row, and then everybody else would be in the top 2 seats built in front, and then all the luggage would also be in the back there. With that, yeah, it was definitely packed to the brim, but that basically fit it. So if we had anybody more than that, with the 7 seat, we would definitely be running out of space and maybe need some kind of overhead storage there. But with the 6 seat, we're able to keep one of the rear third row passenger seats down, and with that, that gave a lot more space, and with the under compartment for the spare tire as well. So yeah, so that would be kind of the main things I would say I would go over. There are a lot of good videos out there that kind of go over all the technology and the features of the car. Personally, when I was first buying this car, I was looking at this one, the Audi Q7, the Lexus TX, and the Mercedes GLS. So basically looking for anything with a third row. And so once I was kind of looking around, I actually went to BMW first, and after getting to this vehicle, I was just blown away by the just the technology and just the overall design of everything. Because you can see here, this is the M Sport steering wheel, and you can see the stitching. And I have an M Sport 335 myself, so I just love the BMW luxury and the feel. And especially with 2024, they've updated the technology, and you have iDrive 8, which is completely updatable. So so that's all really good stuff. As you can see, the ambient lighting looks great as well. It's got a massive panoramic roof, my son loves, and definitely even in the back there, there's actually a third little sunroof for the third row as well. So overall, definitely would 100% recommend this car. You know, definitely want to look at your own personal situation and figure out what works best for you. But I definitely would say you can't really go wrong with the X7. It's definitely a big car. If you don't need a third row, it just depends on, you know, if you are going to be carrying a lot of luggage, then you might want to invest in that overhead cargo. But if not, yeah, the car is definitely more than capable of everything you might need to do. The best thing is it has like a massive gas tank, so we can really go almost 500 miles just on that. So we've been able to go to I'm in South Florida, so we've been able to go to like Orlando and back, and all in one tank and things like that. So definitely no issues with that. As you can see, I've put up some videos before of the styling. I have some good news that, you know, it's been a few months and that front splitter is still on there. I've gone pretty fast. I had an opportunity to go to Orlando with my family in the car because they had gone ahead of me, and so I was able to kind of, you know, take a little bit quicker and to, you know, areas I probably wouldn't normally drive, and, you know, being able to do that. The front splitter stayed on like a champ, so definitely, you know, really happy about that, and overall just happy about the car in general. The one thing is the car does get dirty very quickly, so I have had to wash it, especially with the white. It's been definitely a battle, especially it's been raining recently, so the rear definitely gets dirty really fast on the rear trunk. The rest of the side of the car, you don't really notice as much, and the mud guards really helped as well, just to kind of limit the splash on the side of the car. But that is one of the things, especially with the white car, that you definitely have to keep it clean a little bit more. If you have any questions or specific concerns, please, you know, definitely write them, you know, in the comments or the, you know, question sections below. And that's basically, you know, my quick review I wanted to put up of the BMW X7 here. Okay, hope you guys have a great night.